Alright, and here we're going to write algebraic proofs, and basically it's pretty much doing algebra, but we just have to justify every statement that we make. So we have to have statements and sort of reasons. So we can start by making two columns. Here is our statement, and here's our reason to justify that statement. So in this case, we're given an algebraic equation, so typically that's how you would start the equation. The proof, you'd say 5x minus 7 equals 43. How do we know that? Simple. It was given to us. So most of these will start with that. And we just start doing some algebra. So how would we typically start this? We'd probably add 7 to both sides. So then we get 5x equals 50. And we'd say, well, how could we do that? What is the what is the reason? What's the justification? Simple. We added to both sides and it was still equal. So this must be the addition property of equality. That's what allowed us to do that. Okay, 5x equals 50. Now what? I would divide both sides by 5. I would get x equals 10. And again, what lets me do this? The division property of equality, because I divided both sides by the same thing. And hey, I proved x equals 10. So that is it. This was a pretty quick proof. Sometimes they'll be longer, but that's sort of the process. You have to justify every step. Let's look at a little more complex one. Alright, so again, I'm going to have my statement column, and I'm going to have my reason column. And just like before, my first statement is going to be what was given to me. So 5 times 2x minus 4 equals 4 times 6 minus 3x. And the reason is this was given, so I know that's the way it is. So what would I do first? I'd probably multiply this through. So 5 times 2x is 10x. 5 times negative 4 is minus 20. And 4 times 6 is 24. Times negative 3x is minus 12x. Now what allowed me to do this? This is the distributive property. So I write distributive property. And now I got to do something. There's a few ways I can go about this. Maybe I start by adding 20 to both sides. So maybe I want to do that. I can just write this in for myself to kind of help me. So if I do that, my next thing is I'll have 10x equals 44 minus 12x. I could say that was the addition property of equality, because I added to both sides. And once again, I would probably do that. I would probably add 12x to both sides. So I get 22x equals 44. And that is, again, the addition property of equality. And now I want to get x alone. I would divide each side by 22 and get x equals 2. So that is the division property of equality. So I guess I probably should have chosen some different problems that use a few others, but that's the general idea. What properties are needed to prove what you want to prove? And then you can check and make sure you did what you wanted to do. This is a way to check your algebra. So that's pretty much how an algebraic proof works. Not much different than doing regular algebra, just justify every step. What are you doing to each side of the equation, and why are you allowed to do it? So until next time, I am Derek Genova. Have a delightful day.